mystery of the UFO over Costa Rica. Intro.
Hi, welcome back to my original channel.
I'm the virtual version of Errol. Today we look at the Costa Rica UFO, a case that still sparks debate decades later. We'll walk through how the story began, what happened that night, and the big questions researchers still argue about today. If you love a mystery that blends eyewitness memory, cultural storytelling, and a dash of science, you're in the right place. Let's dive in. Segment 1. Brief History. In the late 1970s, Costa Rica experienced a flurry of odd aerial lights reported by farmers, pilots, and townsfolk. The sightings weren't isolated. They formed a pattern that felt intimate yet globally resonant. Local papers circulated sketches and witness testimonies, turning raw impressions into a shared cultural moment. This media activity helped transform a string of sightings into a public mystery rather than isolated anecdotes. By the 1980s, the case entered international circles, discussed in ufology alongside other America's episodes, inviting comparative analysis and speculation. A patchwork timeline emerged from government briefings, newspaper archives, and eyewitness diaries. The records are fragmentary. Dates and descriptions don't always align, and official statements sometimes conflicted. Experts have noted that media amplification often reshapes how a sighting is remembered over time. Segment 2. The event. On a humid night in a mountain valley, a bright, unmoving craft hovered over a sugarcane field for nearly an hour. The remote terrain amplified the eerie mood. Multiple independent witnesses described a disc-like object with pulsating lights that never produced sound. Some observers noted a faint hum or a perceived presence, yet no engine noise could be heard. When emergency sirens briefly cut through the valley, the craft shifted position, then vanished as suddenly as it appeared. The departure left spectators astonished and unsure what to make of the moment. Local authorities logged unusual radar blips and hints of anomalies reported by nearby observatories. In official statements, explanations leaned toward atmospheric phenomena, yet such explanations often felt unsatisfying to witnesses who felt they'd seen something clearly structured. The silence of the craft amid the humid night is a striking contrast to the familiar sounds of crickets and distant traffic. Segment 3. Ideas and Thoughts. Could the Costa Rica sighting point to a lesson in collective perception and the reliability of eyewitness accounts? The chain from a single report to a larger mystery shows how memory, media, and belief interact. How do cultural lenses shape what we accept as evidence in paranormal events? A nation's folklore, environment, and media ecosystem influence what feels credible. The role of declassified documents. Do they illuminate or complicate the narrative? Surfaces of documents can clarify some points while raising new questions about intent and context. Consider misidentifications, migrating birds, weather balloons versus genuine unknowns. The case invites testing both terrestrial explanations and unknowns while acknowledging data limits. Optional lines to insert if you want extra depth. Eyewitness reliability factors include vantage point, memory decay, and the influence of subsequent reports. Comparative note: a similar sighting in a neighboring country can highlight cultural storytelling. Final thought for this segment. In the end, the Costa Rica case sits at the boundary between mystery and hypothesis, inviting curiosity rather than definitive answers. If you're enjoying this investigation, hit subscribe, share with a friend who loves mysteries, and leave a comment with your own take on the Costa Rica sighting. Tell me whether you lean toward terrestrial explanations or feel something beyond our current understanding was at play. Outro. Thanks for joining me on this deep dive. I'm the virtual version of Errol, and I'll be back with more enigmatic encounters from around the world. Until next time, keep looking up and stay curious.